Hello everybody and welcome back to game number 2. VG Gaming up against LGD. Did that work properly? Yes, that did work properly. But yeah, here we are in game number 2. Just checking a split. Sometimes it likes to hiccup on me a little bit, but it's perfectly fine. A couple of interesting picks and bans, but let's welcome in Slash. First of all, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I just hope that Perfect World is going to have mercy on our souls this time
Yeah,
around.
hopefully now that we're in the lobby and not watching through Dota TV, things should be fine. But LGD starting off with Storm and Venge as their first 1-2, while VG, Batrider and Quap.
Yeah, I mean, Batrider and Storm, two heroes we haven't seen yet, at least for today. But yeah, despite the fact that VG managed to win last game, still banning out the Troll Warlord, who was just too annoying to deal with, and LGD removing the Lion. Of course, if they were planning on picking the Storm Spirit, then it does make sense, of course. Lion, one of the hardest counters to Storm Spirit.
Yeah, it's been kind of weird in Europe seeing people pick Storm into Lion and not banning it out, because I always saw it as being a direct counter. You Hex, you Stun, you Finger of Death. Before Storm gets a BKB or anything like that, he's very susceptible. But with the safe lane Storm that we see a lot of Western teams run nowadays, mid Storm is still a decent laning opponent. Safe lane Storm gets the Orchid quicker, can jump on heroes like Lion very early onto the game and just make them a non-factor from about 12-13 minutes in.
Yeah. Overall, Storm, I mean, I think the Chinese teams do like to play him mid a lot more. I mean, it's when IG picks Storm, it's always Ferrari, Storm mid, and maybe also normally the mid player, and he mid, I believe. And Western teams, safe lane Storm is also, even if Lion rotates when he hits level 6, it's kind of hard to get to the Storm without being spotted beforehand. And it does make sense then. And Storm Spirit overall just a hero that's been rising in popularity, and almost everybody nowadays buys Bloodstone first on him, and doesn't have a Vortex that early, but maxing out the Overload, was it? Overload. Yeah. I'm always trying to often getting the names wrong. But yeah.
Wisp has the overcharge.
Yeah, Wisp is overcharge, yeah. And so Overload max on 7 is kind of common nowadays.
Yeah, you wait till level 8 or 9 before you get the Vortex. Just try and amplify as much magical damage as you can. It also allows you to farm the jungle relatively quickly. But LGD banning out the Lifestealer there. They don't want VG having the next bomb with Batrider or Queen of Pain jumping in and causing all sorts of chaos, while VG banning out Sylar heroes in the second phase. Medusa and Morphling, well, they took out the Shadowfiend and Troll in the first 1-2. So limiting what Maybe and Sylar do, I can see this working out for them.
There's an in the pool, just saying. It's something that LG might even think of picking up themselves. Because Anti-Mage is, of course, very annoying as Storm Spirit. I mean, if you somehow Storm gets low and gets disabled, he just dies to one full mana void from full HP. So LGD, they have a very proficient Anti-Mage player on their own, so they might even think of picking Anti-Mage themselves. He also matches up quite nicely against Queen of Pain.
What is this Nyx pick from LGD? Sometimes we see Nyx picked up against the Medusa or in specific lineups where I guess he's one of the age-old quote-unquote counters to Batrider because the Spike Carapace stops the Bat during the Firefly. But even then, laning phase, where does he fit?
Offlane, I guess.
Offlane Nyx, okay. We'll see where they go with this. But they've got Venge, Nyx, Storm Spirit so far for LGD. VG taking out the Batrider, Queen of Pain, and Rubik. So they've got offlaner. Queen of Pain could be mid or safe lane. We've seen her in every single role today outside of support. We've seen her mid, safe lane, off lane. Where does she go now? Does she go into support as a 4 role? Do they send her into the jungle? I'm really not going to be surprised by anything these Chinese teams are doing.
Yeah, depends on what their third core is going to be. And Batrider pretty much standard. He's always going to be off. There's nothing much to be said about it. LGD, they pick up the Juggernaut. I haven't actually... That's funny. I've never seen Sylar actually play Juggernaut. You always see him on like Morphling, Medusa, Anti-Mage, and then the occasional spec him, but Troll even. But I can't really recall seeing him playing Juggernaut that much. So let's see how well he does. Unless it's suddenly in a support Juggernaut, and then it's not him playing it. But
now you are lagging.
We shall see. Am I?
Yeah. It's not Perfect World anymore. Skype doesn't like us. I'll restart the call. Let's call /back and see if that fixes things. But yeah, Juggernaut could be Sylar.
Okay, is that better now?
Fingers crossed. Hopefully it's working now.
Okay, let's hope so.
But yeah, Juggernaut is a lot more of an aggressive hero than we see from Sylar often, you know? Lone Druid and Medusa are really those two heroes that I think, or Morphling even, of course, are the three heroes that I think Sylar, yep, those are your heroes. You farm up for 20, 30 minutes and then you go and kill stuff over and over again. Push into towers and win the game. But Juggernaut, he's more of a farm for 10 or 15 minutes and then go and kill stuff. You don't have the prolonged period of farming lane, farming jungle, farming map. You just farm lane, farm a bit of the jungle, and then start pushing into towers really heavily.
Another hero that we haven't seen all day is the Earthjacker. I think he's also incredible for highly in the Western scene. Not sure if the Chinese have just forgotten about him or anything.
I have no idea why Dota TV audio isn't working for you. In-game mic is active and it's picking up audio. It should be working fine. Oh, in-game is fixed now. Okay. I have no idea. VG going for the Lone Druid themselves, speaking of. But who gets to play this? Just Ice. How? Okay.
I mean, I can't, although we could see Super, Bat Rider, How, Queen of Pain, Ice as Lone Druid.
The thing is, because we saw Ice mid Zeus last game, I'm wondering, is that going to be his role this game? Do they put him off lane? Or does it depend on what heroes are picked up? Because I don't know who on VG would be picking up the Lone Druid.
I think it's How.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he can play the hero.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if it would be, if they would have Burning in the team, then I would be pretty sure it's Burning on Lone Druid or
No, Skype, stop lagging.
Druid plays.
Skype is killing me. Well,
is it still there?
Yep, it's still lagging. LGD with their final pick now. They've got plenty of displacement with the Storm Vengeful Spirit, some good opening combinations with the Vendetta from Nyx, Storm, Zip In and Remnant. Juggernaut can bring the fight together, but I think what they're lacking really, outside of the solo pick-off potential they've got, is some big teamfight ultimate. And I guess with a Supernova, that's what you're really looking for. Good laning phase-wise, but also, if you're solo targeting people with Storm, Venge, Nyx, Juggernaut, no one on VG is going to be able to focus down the Supernova. But I look back at the Dire, VG Gaming, they've got a similar problem. AoE-wise, they've got Queen of Pain with a Sonic Wave, Fade Bolt, but again, single target, Telekinesis, a Lone Druid with the Entangle, and Bat Rider with the Lasso.
Overall, when LGD actually are running the Phoenix, I see Yao on the Phoenix. So they have a bit of a role swap between Xiaoid and Yao because Xiaoid doesn't feel comfortable playing Phoenix. So this time we might see offlane Nyx and then support there by Yao. Or vice versa, who knows.
Whoa.
If Yao is still on the Phoenix and just full on.
Support leader?
Okay, I didn't expect that. Yeah, maybe.
Well, Xiao8 has been playing support 100% of the time, I want to say now, for LGD. I don't think I've seen him off lane in recent time, anyway. But VG picking up Alina for themselves. Support Lina, something we never see in the West. Something that, you know, Chuan obviously made quite popular back in the East. Rubik and Lina, telekinesis into Light Strike Array. They've got plenty of lockdown and stun. But I don't know, extended team fights. I feel like LGD have the upper edge.
Yeah, Lina used to be a hero that like Vici ran quite a lot back in the day with FY Fenrir, always Shadow Demon +1. It was always SD plus the Shrek or SD plus Lee. You know, like the two combination they were running constantly. So interesting to see if Fenrir has still got it or if he's lost his touch with Lina. And overall, just VG's lineup, you don't really know what they're supposed to be doing. You know, it doesn't seem to be one really clear game plan. Maybe just get Lone Druid incredibly farmed and then start pushing towers, I guess, and roam the crap out of LGD. Not sure. I think LG's lineup is a lot more rounded. Why am I lagging?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Skype just has those yellow bars and it's saying, connection issue, please connection issue. Ice will be playing the Batrider down on bot lane with Boots first, and Tango's for him. Gets the deep observer ward already. Well, I say deep. That's one of the most shallow wards you can get over here. He doesn't get the one further down to spot people out, but more often than not, this one gets left unwarded or uncountered. People want to try and counter out the ward here or one of the wards in the actual pull spot. While LGD, they'll be contesting bot rune. Top rune belongs to VG. Shao 8 is... Wait a second. Is that a support Phoenix? Is this going to be dual lanes? Shao 8 has Boots first.
Yep. The last time I've seen him, like, whenever they pick Phoenix, it's like dual offlane with Phoenix, and Yao plays a support Phoenix.
Well, let's see how things pan out. Sylar on the Juggernaut down in bot lane. MMY playing the Vengeful Spirit. They get the bot bounty rune up on the Storm. So his bottle will be a little bit closer. Yao on the Phoenix with Boots. He'll be able to close the gap on the Batrider, I guess. But Shao 8 on this offlane Nyx. It's not a hero that we see that often, because when Nyx gets level 6 and he goes invisible, it's really obvious when and where he's going. Mid lane, you're going to stand behind your tier 1 tower. Maybe it offers a little bit of respite for your mid laner, but kill potential relatively limited. Bot lane, Ice, spin already from Sylar. The aggression has begun, and Ice is going to be first blood here.
Well, that's one way of starting a Juggernaut. Yeah, Ice is just vastly underestimating the damage that can come out from both Juggernauts with VS. Sylar also, of course, picking up Boots first definitely did help the case. There's 3 heroes with Boots first on LGD's side.
Yeah. I mean, everyone buy Boots. Let's go Boots. Maybe at mid lane, Null Talisman first. His bottle is only 2 creeps away. 1 creep away now. Or does he just wait for the tick gold?
Yep.
Up at top, it has turned into a dual lane. Fenrir taking quite a lot of damage here from the Fire Spirits, and then the nice double stun from Shao 8 onto FY and Fenrir. The Lina and Rubik, you know, they've got good setup. But this is an unusual tri-lane, to say the least. Because Hao doesn't really offer anything until he gets that level 3 bear. Maybe he throws in some right clicks, but I don't know. They've got no additional stun, they've got no additional nuke damage. It's basically going to be Fenrir and FY getting the stuns down and trying to right click Zhao 8.
Yeah, X by nature is already a bit tanky. His HP regen is higher than most other heroes, and yeah, it's the dual offlane with the Phoenix indeed.
And they get the bounty rune up at top. There's a DD, a bot, which Ice will go and pick up for himself. Sylar spinning once again. Running through the flames of Ice there just a little bit. I'm going to restart the call again and see if that fixes it. Probably won't, but doesn't hurt. Skype is being a poopy head. And now I have the red bars. Oh god, that's worse than yellow, isn't it? Ice is being spotted out. Call quality information. 0 quality.
I can hear you just fine.
That's weird.
Like, you're coming through critically.
You become like roboty and distorted and all sorts of nonsense. Yao now up on this top lane getting a bit of experience, while Zhao 8 is looking towards middle. If you had a smoke or something that could understand this, you know, you move in towards mid, get a stun onto super, and maybe find a kill with maybe. But Sylar down at bot, a few swipes onto Ice sends him back towards his tier 1 tower. Dropping, I don't know if that's a bait. Hey look, there's a tango on the floor. Come and get it. Sylar, come and get the tango.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully Skype fixes itself at some point. But overall, it seems to be like a Yao top lane, but no, it's Fenrir who is in front. And
yeah.
It's too hard, actually. They needed FY in front, then they might have been able to get the...
I just want to hit something. Like, I just want to hit the PC and then make Skype work and hope that does something. Maybe. Ice was looking for the dive, but the tower hits are going to prove to be just a little bit too much. Super goes in for another couple of right clicks. Ice cannot do anything on this bot lane. He has left bot lane, he's pissed off, he's had enough. Stacks are being made up for him in his own jungle as there's contest at the runes. Zhao 8 stun misses completely. Light Striker A will turn back around onto Fenrir, but this could be a nice kill here for VG. The right-click attacks. There's 4 heroes, he surely must die. And now looking for more to Yao. Sticky napalm, blink forward, and Super finds another kill.
I'm kind of afraid of talking right now because I just don't want to sound like a freaking robot the whole time.
It sounds okay now, but it's been good all day until the past 10 minutes or so.
Yeah. Well, weird. VG were just taking full advantage of the fact that Phoenix was only level 1. I mean, Yao, level 1 Phoenix, yeah. You can't dive out of anything there.
Well, he's been spamming out Fire Spirit, so it was revenge. Maybe taking advantage of the Radiant side. Just stacking up the jungle, getting that little burst of gold, while they give solo experience mid to Yao on this Phoenix. So he's hit level 2, he'll be hitting level 3 shortly. Throwing out Fire Spirits on the Super, it's so annoying to deal with.
Yeah, overall, Sylar still farming on bot and Howie looking for CS, pretty much neck and neck there with the lone druid, both 33 CS. And probably gonna pick up an early, like, Ring of Basilius, maybe even upgrade into an Arc-Healer, and then go into Mask of Madness.
What kind of item build do you expect from the lone druid? Maelstrom? He's got a Gloves of Haste up on his bear, so maybe a Midas?
I have no clue. I don't know if Radiance would do so much in this game. I mean, Storm can zip around, really, and Juggernaut, it's not that ideal against him. Phoenix can dive out. I would probably just go for, yeah, right-click. I think Maelstrom would be a good choice. Top lane, we are going to have a dive there. Xiao 8. Yeah. Smoke's going to break, so they know he's there somewhere.
But can they find him? The bear does give the opportunity to run in and maybe find the target. There he comes out of hiding. Send him up into the air. Telekinesis and the nukes from Lina more than enough, and now it's the tier 1 push that they find themselves in.
Yeah, it's like the oldest trick in the book, you know, going with the catapult wave and smoking from behind.
Well, the best
you get the kill and then you take the tower.
The best bit was they were standing here for a good 20 seconds or so, just waiting for him to make a misstep and, you know, push that little bit too far forward. And then they thought, screw it, we'll just run over this way, smoke up, loop around. But now it looks like LGD are the ones who want to try and make something happen up on top lane. Storm, Phoenix, and Nyx are all up here, ready for a fight. But they're fighting into some, you know, decently level supports, and then Hal, who's level 6. He's got Entangling Roots on his bear. He's got his true form. So killing him is not easy. This means they're also giving away a lot of free farm time for the Storm. He's going to jump in, and they get the stun down onto Hal, but Telekinesis saved from FY. Hal now taking down some Fire Spirits. Yeah, he's going to drop to the last right click of maybe as FY chased down Sunray, but the Sonic Wave onto 4 from Super. Out of nowhere, 4 from LGD, 4.
Yeah, suddenly level 8 Queen of Pain.
Bot lane though, Sylar doing Sylar things on this Juggernaut. Pushing him past the tier 1 tower into the tier 2 down on bot. Ice, farming away. Looks like he's going to go straight for the Blink Rush.
I'm not even bothering to pick up boots, upgraded boots, or the bottle either. But LGD looked so good at the very beginning, but then, like, was there 3-man stun from Fenrir, and then Super comes in with a big Sonic Wave. Everybody just explodes.
Well, up on top lane, How did get dropped for that. Super, like you said, came in with the big plays. Item build. Much outside of Tread, Stick, and Bottle, but it's only 8 minutes into the game. Xiao 8 throws down Mana Burn, but he's going to get caught out for this. Telekinesis into Light Strike Array, the TP in from the Juggernaut, going to try and counteract. This is How. Turns into true form, gets right click down, gets the tower, but doesn't manage to get out as the chase continues. Maybe coming up the ramp, Yao, back onto FY, the only slash takes down the Lina. The Fenrir paying for that as LGD are on the rampage, they're hunting, and they're getting kills.
Revenge is sweet. Yeah, they did lose the tower, but getting up there big and How dying once again is really annoying. It's going to be incredibly irritating there for VG. They need a fat lone druid if they want to win the game.
Well, the fact that he died, resummoned his bear, and then died again, so he doesn't have his spirit bear for another minute.
I don't really know what the thought process was, really picking up the lone druid as 4th pick, was it? Yeah. It seemed a bit of an odd choice, and just overall gameplay. So far they've been able to, you know, actually have a very, very even game because of individual plays, but the draft was a bit odd, let's put it that way. And Sylar still uncontested free farm, really.
Yeah. Well, now you see the blink straight up from Ice, so his Forgone Tranquils, no bottle or anything like that. Blink and smoke at the ready. So they'll be looking for some kind of pick-off with this, maybe onto Silo himself. Phase boost Mask of Madness and Ring of Aquila, 201. Let's have a look at net worth now. It's nearly 10 minutes in, 5.7 thousand gold up on that Juggernaut. While the next nearest is Storm with 4.5. How does anyone keep up with Silo?
They don't. Right now, they probably, they need Batrider ganks on him. Do they have a smoke? Yeah, they have a smoke. There we go. Blinks forward, smokes, and then the two supports are, of course, with the Batrider as well. If they can find maybe, that would be pretty huge.
Yeah, maybe farming away. He went for the pretty regular tread soaring bottle. Not quite sure yet whether he does go for the Brooklyn. Oh man, he zips away. It looks like it's gonna be just fine. Right place, right time, and he's got plenty of mana to escape from this. Dragon Slave is just flung out there. No reason not to.
Yeah, it's always a bit unfortunate if you're smoking, and then of course you have to bump into someone who's standing on the high ground.
Super! Caught out by Xiao 8, but he just blinks away.
Well.
Xiao 8 not able to get it there. Maybe he was looking for the TP in, the sneaky play, but... Where is Lone Druid? How hiding in the jungle? Where's his bear? Bear.
I'm just saying, they would have gotten the kill if Xiao 8 would have had level 3 Impale instead of level 2 Spike Carpus.
Oh dear.
They would have killed him.
That's a 10.5 minute Midas on the Lone Druid.
It's not ideal, I guess, but at least you ensure that you're not going to get behind that much.
Yeah, and I guess at this point in the game, when you died twice in a row, you need to boost up your XP and gold income pretty massively. The rest of the team can go and find pickoffs. You get level 6 on Lina, you jump around with Sonic Wave, Laguna Blade. Just throw some ultimates around at LGD while the Lone Druid does his own thing. Split push and farm one lane for the rest of eternity, pretty much is how.
Yeah, meanwhile Sylar is taking out an ancient stack there. Yao helping a little bit, keeping him alive with Sunray as well as a healing ward. It's only level 1, but it doesn't matter too much.
That's pretty nuts though. You've got the percentage-based heal of Healing Ward and Sunray. If Phoenix can position himself well and Sylar just goes in, Mask of Madness, there's no downside to it. You just get the attack speed, you get the lifesteal. You don't really care about taking the extra damage if you're getting healed up so much.
Top lane, there's a smoke coming in there from LGD. They would like to find how, but I don't know if the Uzoa spotted the FY rotation. Looks like they didn't, so they would like to have an easier target and ideally not dive the tower. Sylar though, 2.3k gold after taking out an ancient stack, enough gold to buy a Yasha. It seems to be the natural progression. And this LGD not getting anything, but getting some nice aggressive Ozo wards instead. So in the long term, it's still gonna pay off.
Yeah, they'll be able to spot out when Hao moves from lane to jungle and back to lane. Because he really does want to try and utilize his jungle as efficiently as he can.
Maybe.
Storm jumps in, they found Hao, the bear comes back and maybe he's out of mana. He's got no real escape from this as Hao just tanks up through everything. Omni slash down to FY. Only level 1 though. Lasso's used by Ice, but a good swap back from MMY. Now the Sonic Wave takes down 2. As the Supernova proves pretty much useless against Fenrir with the Fiery Soul. Ripping through the hits pretty quickly, and they lose Rubik but take out the Phoenix, Jug and Vengeance return. Wait, did Storm survive through that and TP out?
Yeah. Xiao, the only one who's currently still there, but he can't really kill the Isis on his own. Once again, the big plays there coming in from Super. So the AoE combo with Linus, Light Strike Array, and then Rubik, Fateball, Dragon Slave, Sonic Wave. It's just so much magic damage. And even somebody like Sylar just died instantly to the combination.
And then you've got Lina, who doesn't give a damn about Supernova. She casts a few spells with 1 level in her Fiery Soul. She can take down Supernova on her own. This is a support Phoenix who's level 7.
Yeah. FY, what level is he? He would really like to get us level 6 so he can start stealing stuff. Super, not a big surprise, moving towards the Orchid, really good against, well, pretty much every single hero in LGD's lineup. Of course, Storm and Phoenix being the primary targets. Juggernaut, of course, as well, so he can't late Fury in time. He's got his Yasha, and now seeing that Queen of Pain is moving for an Orchid, he probably is going to pick up a Manta Star later on.
Looks like Hao is heading straight into that Radiance. He's saving about 2200 gold. I don't really see him going for anything other than Radiance right now.
Maybe he starts buying Maelstrom all of a sudden. But I don't know how much Radiance is really gonna do against Healing Ward and then Phoenix Sunray. It's a good item over on Lone Druid though. It's good for split pushing.
Exactly. It depends on what their game plan is. If they want to split push and keep Hao on one lane, just pushing out as long as you can, you know, have the Spirit Bear actually on the lane itself while the hero is farming jungle or something like that, then Radiance is... Oh man. If he ever gets to this item, that is, because Hao gets crushed in his own jungle by LGD's movement in.
You can do that. Did they use a smoke for that? I didn't catch it.
I didn't see it. It's just the fact that Storm jumped in, then you got level 2 Omni Slash, and Hao... Still 2200 gold, you know. There's still the option to decide what you want to go for, whether it is Radiance, whether it's Maelstrom. It's getting more and more difficult. It's these key moments in time that LGD know Lone Druid so well. Silo, he's a great Lone Druid player. He knows that there are these serious portions of the game where Lone Druid suffers. Gank him in the first 6 to 10 minutes and you stop him from getting his first premium item. And from then on in, if he doesn't have, Maelstrom or... I don't know, Chinese teams don't really go for the Mask of Manus build, do they? But if he doesn't have Maelstrom or Radiance or anything like that, then every time you kill him, you're delaying that item over and over again. Hao has just respawned and died again. And at this moment in time, 5.7k net worth, he's not losing too much gold. It's just the fact that he's not getting anywhere. 60 minutes into the game, Sylar is getting... fatter and fatter on this Juggernaut, while maybe nearly has Bloodstone completed, and the rest of your team is roaming around looking for solo pickoffs, but LGD are 5-manning up into your towers. Xiao 8 is on his way to Blink Dagger, which I'm assuming he's going to be picking up. All kits done for the Queen of Pain, so they're amplifying their solo pickoff potential there. Ice, Ice, Ice with Force Staff nearly done as well. Fenrir, Arcanes, and I'm going to assume Yules. Yules is definitely a good pickup for Lina.
It's a nice setup. Yeah, I only had a bit of a disconnect coming in. Short one, but now that I'm back in the game, I didn't miss anything big, did I?
Hao died twice in the space of like 30 seconds. And I was saying how Xiao 8 had 1400 gold and was likely to go Blink Dagger. He just bought 2 braces.
What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know, actually.
Well,
Bracer gaming, I guess, but VG going for the smoke again. They're going to look to cross the river and get a kill, maybe on the Storm Spirit down in the Radiant Jungle.
It's still daytime if they can...
Yeah, they've got it. Throw out the nukes, and with the Laguna Blade, you pretty much seal the deal. Doesn't take the last hit, though. Ice, Ice, Ice on the Barride, I guess, that.
Yeah, I don't even think that Laguna's needed, to be honest, but better be safe than sorry.
It's not that long of a cooldown.
Yeah. Bit of a mana investment, though, 280. It's quite decent. Orchid finished on the Queen of Pain. I don't know if you talked about it yet.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, when Xiao 8 picked up the braces, I don't know if I felt like I was getting delusional or something. I couldn't hear you talking. I saw braces picked up on the Nyx. The flu is getting to me. I'm going into a feverish sweat, and all of a sudden, I'm seeing shiny colors in front of my eyes.
His play has been really a bit weird, and his skill build as well. I mean, I don't really see a particular reason for not maxing out Impale. It's just for the stun duration, if not for the damage. It's quite a big difference.
Well, Carapace, scales by 0.6 every level, whereas Impale scales by 0.5. The swap from MMY onto... what?
In illusion.
Okay. Okay, that makes perfect sense. So FY gonna be happy that wasn't his real hero, as his teammates post drop at mid lane, 3.1k up on Hao now. He's getting closer, as long as he doesn't die a couple of times more. He's gonna have that relic and then Radiance shortly after, but again it's gonna be a little bit delayed. He did go for the Midas first, which is allowing him to stay at this rate of farming. Without the Midas, he'd be down and out. He would have very little to his name at all.
What do you think of maybe his decision to not rush Bloodstone and go for Yules now?
I like that. The fact you're against the Queen of Pain with Orchids so quickly, then there's entangling roots from the Lone Druid, which can set up for stuns and things like that. But
bot lane.
It's also an
oh god, he misses.
Oh,
Xiao misses.
Ice.
Sorry, Ice misses. Actually, Xiao is still not going for the impale. Now he goes for it, and Ice is gonna pay for it.
Yeah,
missing the initiation a little bit there. Silo on
slash?
the chase, but FY TP's out.
Close. But yeah, yours is also a very good defensive and offensive item against Bat Rider. You can set up kills with the Storm Spirit against Bat, even Queen of Pain. Or you can stop the Bat Rider from jumping in. You know, he jumps in, tries to lasso someone, then you yours him up in the air. Oh, also against the Spirit Bear. Very good against the bear.
Yeah.
It was something we used to see on Tinkers back in the day. You know, Tinker go for 4th item Yules up against Spirit Bear when both of those heroes were super popular in the long-ass split push games. Back when there was MTW with Synderen and the French guys winning DreamHack, you know. Just pick Lone Druid and Tinker. Win by split pushing.
Those were the times. No, but Yules Tinker, I think it's recently there was a game from Alpha Ninja on where he went Yules Tinker and it was incredibly effective and won in the game. Where he was like perma using the opposing Lycan, so Lycan couldn't do anything the whole time.
Wow.
Oh.
Storm getting ready to zip in. Where is he? Come on, maybe. Xiao 8's giving you the perfect opportunity here. Just waiting and waiting. I guess the tier 2 still standing TP reaction could come in, and they don't know where these 3 heroes are. Now they've shown themselves a bot lane. I bet LGD is sort of regretting not going in.
Themselves. Yeah, but I mean, if you see a solo Lina on bot lane, you're pretty sure that she's not on her own. Sylar still by far and large the net worth leader. He's died once. Now moving towards the Skadi, I would imagine. Yeah, it's gonna be hard, especially for how to even keep up with the level of farm that Juggernaut has.
Like, Sylar is just sitting here taking tier 2. The rest of his team aren't, like, doing nothing whatsoever. Bot lane is pressured in by the rest of VG. But
yeah,
I don't know. 13,000 net worth up on the Juggernaut. Well, you've got 9k and 8.5k on the Queen of Pain and Lone Druid respectively. Oh wow. FY?
Yeah.
Like how is that possible? Did Xiao 8 really vendetta here to where the Lone Druid was standing, stand next to Hao, and then run away with it? He didn't cast any spells. There were no targets. He didn't use Impale on Creepway. I guess there was nothing else to do.
I don't know. I mean, would you really? I mean, Vendetta and Impale, I would rate them the same actually. They're both really good. So Vendetta, of course, nice for setting up kills, but I don't even think it's that incredibly useful. I think Impale might have been even better to steal.
Yeah. Against what? Well, even Mana Burn's pretty good. Juggernaut's mana pool does suffer quite a lot. He's got 900 mana right now, but that's thanks to the Manta Style, Ring of Ankle, and Ultimate Orb. With that mana burn, he could be dropped pretty damn low. Ice. That blink was pretty interesting. Gets stopped by the Spike Carapace and taken down by Maybe. Lone Druid has entered the fight with the Radiance now. Sonic Wave catches 4 as the Supernova lands from the Phoenix, but what can be done? Sylar just keeps on fighting. Right-clicking away onto Hao. A good swap back from MMY and Hao drops. VG losing 3 heroes, but that could have been so much worse. They could have lost Super. They could have just been destroyed in that team fight. Just came down to some good spell placement there. Again, Super with a big Sonic Wave.
Yeah, and still it wasn't enough. Sylar is currently a bit too big. Moving into Roche, just Lina as well as Quap can't really stop it. Quap doesn't have Sonic Wave anyway.
Oh, do they try and go for the steal? Nope. Nope, they do not. Always going to be a little bit risky there. Super. Still standing on a high ground. MMY wants... I don't know what he wants. His swap's on cooldown, so it's not like he can swap someone back into the pit.
Yeah, it's overall LGD, they should have a sizable net worth lead by now. Yeah, it's only going to go up. Sylar, does he have anything on the courier? Yep, nearly completed Skadi. So, it's got enough gold for it now. Maybe, of course, Storms were the best Aegis carry in the game, bar none, I would say. Always very useful, and gonna have a hard time killing him. If they don't land him, I don't think they can.
Yeah. It's actually quite interesting for me though to see this draft from VG, because when Black left, or when Black was dropped...
Oh! Ice! No, not again!
Yeah. Spike Carapace is just too damn good against this Batrider. He's gonna get away with his life. And MMY, no, the jump in from maybe the fight super. One more right click along with the impale from Xiao 8. Great play there by them. Still chasing? Still chasing. FY running away with a haste. But you know, when they dropped Black and they said they were looking for an aggressive Chinese carry and they pick up Hao, and their draft in game 1 definitely showed what their intentions were. Bristleback, very aggressive carry, just running people. With this lone druid though, the other 4 players have gone for the aggro role where they're looking for kills around the map.
Isn't Sala just going to omni him now? Oh, never mind. He knew that FY had stole ball lightning. Yeah.
Sneaky.
That's nice. So Sala, he started the animation and cancelled it, so probably teammates just telling him, no, don't do it.
Well, Lone Druid with that Radiance, just pushing his bear as far forward as he can. But the crit from Sylar. Ridiculous. Scardy is completed. What are we looking at for maybe? Is Bloodstone done? Getting close.
Nearly. With the protection of the Aegis, he should definitely be able to farm the Bloodstone before the next fight breaks out. Sylar, what would you get on him? Probably Basher next item. Yeah, it's good against Queen of Pain. If someone gets a Bash on Quap, she just dies in the stun. And Lone Druid right now is, I mean, his bear, he's got a plate mail, so he can survive a little bit longer against the right clicks, but at the time he's still, Sylar just chopping him up.
Yeah, I don't know with Sylar. Do you think about BKB? Because you're still dealing with things like, you know, Lena's disables, and Rubik's telekinesis. There's Sonic Wave and Lasso to go through that, and Tangling Roots as well. But if you get rooted, then you pop the BKB. You can keep on running.
Yeah.
I guess with the Manta style, you're not really that worried about it.
Yeah, but then again, it is Sylar. I mean, Sylar buys BKB on everybody. So.
Yeah. No, that's exactly why, you know, that's the first thing that comes to mind. Bash, it would be nice. There's all of these aggressive items that would be very fitting for this game, but BKB is probably Sylar's item.
Yeah, he tends to buy like BKB on every single freaking hero. You see it every game on his Morphling, you see it almost every game on his Anti-Mage. Occasionally on Medusa even, but last game he had other priorities for sure.
He was the player that made Morphling BKB first item an actual thing. You know, people would always go for Lincolns, then E-Blade, or E-Blade, then BKB. Sylar would go, no, you know what? I want to fight early. This was obviously before the BKB changes, where you could still sell BKB and swap them in and out of your inventory and get the full duration back later on in the game and buy a new one. Because buying BKB as a first item on any carry nowadays just isn't that viable since the changes. Super, Xiao 8, oh man! Super with the reflexes, holy shit, Xiao 8 gets taken out, the orchid timing from Super. Spot on perfect. Ice now, Lasso's ready. The ball lightning in from FY, but he's gonna get taken out here by Sylar probably.
He's out of mana.
Yeah, he's completely out. Man, though, that Quap. Vendetta from Xiao 8, then all of a sudden, BAM! No, you're silenced. No stun, no mana burn, no anything from you.
Super is playing so well overall. I mean, last game he played incredibly well as well, and this game, so many big Sonic waves, incredible reaction time. He's definitely stepping up his game. I mean, he's been overshadowed by the other members of the team. I mean, support to FY Family being the most famous, and Ice making the flashy plays, but Super really just always save a consistent LGD without any contest takedown mid-racks, and yeah, I think VG's draft is just too lackluster right now. I mean, both of the supports just die to random AoE. Lone Druid can't do anything. It doesn't match up particularly well against either of those two core heroes from LGD. It's hard. I think LGD in this game had just had the superior draft, and despite the fact that VG came out a little bit ahead during the laning phase, and you know, we still remember Yao's Phoenix running around with level 1 for like 5 minutes.
Oh look, Xiao 8 bought a Blink Dagger. Double Bracer into Blink, yeah, of course. But I feel like it's, you know, VG have left Hao on this top lane a number of times to send 3 or 4 of their heroes into the Radiant jungle to try and find pickoffs. But LGD have always counteracted this. Whenever VG have smoked up to go into the Radiant jungle, LGD have turned back around, smoked themselves, gone top lane, killed How numerous times, taking control of Dodge.
Oh my god, he blinks into an impale.
Oh dearie. Now Omni Slash from Silo along with the Supernova. I think that's just game over. As VG gets absolutely manhandled here. Super gets jumped on by Maybe. His Blink's off. His Blink's on cooldown even. GG's called. So in the end, 1-1. 1 win apiece for LGD and VG. But this second game was a lot more one-sided.
Yeah, it was. I think it just came down to the drop. Maybe VG will just experiment a little bit. What are the? Do you know how their standings are at the moment? D2CL?
I don't know. Let me just check that 1 second. So right now, LGD are 5-1. So with this, they'll be 6-2. eHome are 5-3. VG are 3-1. So that means they'll be 4-2. So LGD, you know, they're up there. They're doing work. Our next series, what do we have for you? Our next series is going to be VG against C-Deck, and that should be starting any minute now, so we'll be back with the final series of the day in the D2CL. Apologies for my throat and my cold, hopefully you guys are bearing through it. We've fixed all the lag issues though. Perfect World servers, they now suddenly like us and there are no more issues, but joining me, Slash, you sticking around for the last game, yeah?
I will be, yes.
Excellent, okay, we'll be back in a couple of minutes with VG against C-Deck. Don't go anywhere.